My name's Jessica Loughlin and I'm from Adelaide in South Australia. It's interesting, I think, why we make work, why we're attracted to certain ideas. A good part of South Australia is what we call the outback. There's 4 large salt lakes there and they're huge. I'm talking like a couple of 100 kilometres long, even longer actually. Lake Eyre is incredible. When I visit some of these salt lakes, you go out walking on a really still day and the space is overwhelming. There's no activity, there's no noise, there's just light. And one day the mirage that I thought was ahead was actually water. And so as I continued to walk, I was walking on top of the water. So I could look down to my feet, down into the sky. And it's such an overwhelming feeling of space and completely limitlessness kind of nature. And that kind of space is something that really inspires my work. But in my work, I'm not trying to replicate that experience. I'm interested in the relationship to your kind of thought process or your mood or your meditative state that you get when looking into distance. Yeah, I consider myself a kiln former, which means starting off with coloured sheet glass, and then once I've made my design, then cutting that glass to the design. So it could be, 1 layer up to sometimes almost 20 layers thick. It's amazing working with the team here. They're so incredibly knowledgeable, so incredibly skilled, and really responsive. One thing I'm doing is making some rondelles, which is almost like making, the early form of sheet glass. And then I'll use some of those rondelles either in low bowl forms or maybe even for wall pieces. But there's a lot of experimentation going on here because the way the colour works in blown glass is very different from the kiln form glass. The most important thing for here at the moment is the R&D in terms of the research and looking at the results. And then I'll be taking what we have and probably taking one idea from that and taking that further into a body of work. In terms of this kind of residency, I didn't come here to have it all figured out and just pump out some work. This is a very different experience for me. So I'm doing quite a lot of experimentation, like I said, with colour. There's some effects that I'm really liking at the moment with gradations of white, and I'm very excited by how that's looking and the potential for that.
We're done close.
It's just an amazing experience being here in the Museum of Glass, and my head is blown away with ideas at the moment about what's possible. It's really great, and I'm going to be thinking about a lot of the things that we've found so far for a very long time.